What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday to everyone. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy. If you had to take a COVID test, hopefully you have tested negative. If you did test positive, I hope you have a full and speedy recovery with no long COVID issues. It is time now for the weekly wastewater update for Monday, September 11th, 2023. Taking a look here at BioBot like we always do in the beginning, we can see three regions are still rising. The Northeast is still slightly rising. The Midwest is still rising at a significant amount. And the West Coast is rising, but it's starting to level off. In the South region, we do see there is a drop at this time. We also note that EG.5 in wastewater being detected is 21.4% of the variance from BioBot data. We'll have to watch this. Sometimes on Tuesdays, they do an update. Taking a look here, I'm going to move myself to the left. This is the CDC wastewater surveillance page. And if this is the first time you see my wastewater update, let me explain to you what the colors mean. The white sites are new sites. There's 88 of them. The dark blue sites, 0 to 19% COVID detected, there's 99 of them. The slightly lighter shade of blue is at 20 to 39%. There's 351 sites. The 40 to 59% category, which is a really light shade of blue. I wish it was yellow, but it's blue. 431 sites. 60 to 79% COVID detected is at 322 sites. That's orange. And the red sites, which is really bad, 80 to 100% COVID detected, that's at 109 sites. And another disclaimer, you're going to see some areas where maybe they're rural areas, but the population shown on the wastewater site is lower than the actual amount. Well, we're going to come across areas that have private sewer systems or private septic tanks or wastewater surveillance. A great example of that would be, I shouldn't say wastewater surveillance because it's not being detected by wastewater surveillance. A great example of that would be the Pocono Mountains. You're going to see the sites there. It's going to say a low population, but Monroe County, Pennsylvania actually has a higher population, and there's various different places like this across the country. All right, let's start off in the West Coast, or Pacific Northwest. Right off the bat, I'm seeing two red sites here. Here's one in Washington State. Whitman sewer shed population is 35,812. That's red. It's been rising. Just next door in Idaho, here's 24,000 population. That's red. It's rising. Not good to see. Then we come to Franklin County, Washington, and that's 73,000 population, orange, and it's continuing to rise. Had a brief slowdown, and it's continuing to rise. Not good to see. Pierce, 43,000 population, continuing to rise. Then we come up here a little bit further north. We've seen some light blue, but look at these. Continuing to rise. Here's one that's dropping. Here's one that's leveling off. Let's come down to Oregon, shall we? Douglas County, Oregon. Douglas County, Oregon has 30,000 population, and it has leveled off slightly at this time. All right, coming down to California, you're seeing here a lot of red and orange, which is not good. A majority of these sites do not update frequently on the CDC page, and we end up having to use the wastewater scan. There's going to be a couple times today where we use that. Right now is one of them. So let's come out here. Why don't we do the Bay Area? And we can see other things in wastewater as well, and that's another reason why this is good, because we know influenza may start rising soon. And look at this. So the overall trend has been higher on COVID up until about August at this Southeast San Francisco wastewater site. 750,000 people. That's a big sampling size. It dropped, and now it's kind of bouncing back and forth, but the overall trajectory now looks to be maybe slightly lower. Influenza, look at this. Flu, it's starting to rise in San Francisco. RSV, the overall trajectory since early August, we'll say, it's starting to rise. HMPV, it was an issue most of the summer. Now it has dropped again. Mpox, look at this. Back in August, there was some Mpox being detected at this wastewater site. So that's not good. But as of recently, it is not there anymore. And norovirus is there in low levels at this time. It's not terribly high, but it's not dropping either. It looks like it's rising a little bit. Let's go a little bit further south in California. How about we come down here closer to Los Angeles? Let's see what's going on there. Let's go north this time. 4 million population at this wastewater facility, and wow, COVID is rising. Influenza not detected. RSV not detected at this time. HMPV not detected. Mpox not detected, and norovirus. It's starting to rise at this time. Now let's go back to the CDC website. I wanted to show you what's going on in Arizona on that website. They don't have any sites there. I think there may be 1 or 2 sites here that are actually updating. Here's one. Here's a smaller one. This one is orange. It's slightly rising at this time. 25,369 population. Yuma. So it's right down there by the Mexican border. And then here's another Yuma. This one has been having a long rotation rise. And it's a very small population, though. 8,271. Here's a white site that's new. Is it even updating? It's slightly updating. It's down at this time. I don't know what level it's actually at, but it is down at this time because they're not giving a color there. It's time that they do change that to a color. Let's go up here to, how about we come up here to Utah and see what's going on in Utah. You are starting to see some more color, and some of these sites definitely are starting to rise. Wow. Remember when we first started doing these wastewater videos several months ago? All these were either orange or red. Yeah, we may go back to that again, because as we know, if you've been following my pandemic updates, you know this area, Utah, has been seeing an increase in COVID cases. And we're just randomly going through counties here. And yeah, there's quite a few. Well, wait a second here. This one was dropping, but the majority of them in Utah right now are rising at this time. Let's come down here to New Mexico. New Mexico is not doing too bad at this time. You can see dropping in the majority of these sites. And we're not seeing any orange yet. Colorado, we've been following Colorado. There's been a few places that have risen in Colorado. Here's one, Boulder, Weld, 75,543 population, and it is rising at this time. Adams is dropping at this time. I know there's some bigger sites here somewhere. I'm just not seeing them. The point, you get the point here. Here's another one that's Weld. That one's starting to rise. Then we come here to Summit. This one's rising. But what we're not seeing yet is any orange sites, at least not in northern Colorado. Southern Colorado, here's one, Alamosa. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Smaller site, 18,364 population. It's orange, but it is dropping at this time. Now let's come down to Texas. And we do see in the populated areas of Texas, we see red. And red's not good. And some of these sites, mind you, do not update frequently. We could probably show them to you better over on the wastewater scan site. We can't do that we'd be here. This video would take an hour if I kept going back and forth. But I do want to show you this. Look at this. A smaller Dallas population, 22,191, but it's red, and it's continuing to rise. Let's zoom in here. Yeah, here we go. I knew there was another one that updated here. 313,000 population. And you can see here, it's in the red, and it's continuing to rise at this time. Here's another one, again, small population, continuing to rise. And how about this site right here, Tarrant County? Here you go, 1.2 million population. It's orange, continuing to rise. That may turn red soon, my friends, and that would not be good. All right, let's go over to Louisiana. We can only show you a couple sites for Louisiana. This site is dropping at this time, 60,000 population. Still in the orange, but it may drop below that on the next update. Here's New Orleans, it says, Orleans Parish, and 389,000 population, and dropping at this time. Come on, Louisiana, update the rest of your sites. Submit your data to the CDC. All right, coming up here to Arkansas, Jefferson County rising, Pulaski County is rising, and you can see, wow, yes, we do have quite a few concerning sites in Arkansas right now, so that's not good to see. And now let's go up here to Missouri. You can see Missouri at this time. We do have oranges, we have reds. It's just not a good picture in Missouri right now. Then we come to western Missouri, and yeah, look at all these rising sites. That's not good. Nebraska, we're seeing a lot of red. Let's click on some of them. Rising, dropping, rising. Need I say more about Nebraska? Yes, there's a couple of sites that are dropping. There's one that's really dropping, 28,000. But overall, here's 600,000 population. It's in the red. It's going up. Douglas, Spray County. And yeah, it's not good. And let's come over to here. And let's see what's going on in Minnesota. Minnesota at this time they have not been doing too bad, but we are starting to see things deteriorate compared to previous updates. And here's a good example of that. And take a look at this. 1.9 million population here at this wastewater facility in Minnesota. This is Washington, Dakota, Anuka, Ramsey. 1.9 million population, and it's rising at this time. So we'll likely see this site go orange relatively soon. Let's take a look at a couple other sites. Here's one that is orange, and it's flooded this time, meaning it's not updating that frequently. Wisconsin, I'm seeing 2 orange sites. Of course, they are smaller sites. Here's Jackson. That one's rising at this time. Here's another one that's dropping. Here's another one that's starting. This is 615,000 population. This is Milwaukee. And yep, that's rising at this time. Alrighty, let's do Chicago, shall we? And I'm seeing a lot of light blue. That's not good. That's telling me that Chicago is rising. Here's Cook County, rising, rising, rising. Let's go back here for a second. There's a big Cook County here somewhere. We'll find it. And wow, so far every site we're clicking on is rising. Here's a smaller Cook County site. Here's a slightly bigger Cook County site, and that's starting to rise a little bit. Let's zoom in even further, because there are some orange ones hidden underneath here. And yes, look at this. Wow, here's a bigger one. This one was a sustained rise. It's still orange. It's leveled off a little bit, but it's continuing to rise. Now let's do rural Illinois. What's this right here? Iracorus? Hope I said that correct. Apologies if I say any of these counties wrong. I'm not a native of every county in the country. Again, apologies if I get any of these wrong. Champaign, now that I can say. 52,000 population, and it is rising at this time. Wow. Let's come down here. I see some other orange sites. It's 102,000 population here, and this one's rising. Morgan, rising. So you get the idea. Illinois is not doing too good, and let's just do one more. Perry, that's rising at this time as well. Hamilton, Indiana, is rising at this time. Marion, Indiana. This one's in the orange. The other one was in the red. This one is rising. And this is Indianapolis, so this is not good. What's going on in Ohio right now? How about we find out? Butler County, Ohio. Coming close to Cincinnati. We're seeing rises here. Hamilton, it did level off. It started to drop and turn around, rising again. If I had to guess, back to school means back to COVID. COVID didn't go away, but it started to drop, and then schools opened up, and, well, hello, you're rising again. And that includes colleges, too. Wow, look at Columbus, Ohio. Franklin County, that's Columbus. Look at this. It's just almost straight upward. Not something we like to see. Lake County, now we're coming up near Cleveland now. And, wow, this one, look at this one. It's going to turn orange soon. It's going straight up. Let's go closer to Toledo. Lucas County, 372,000 population. 372,208 people, and it's rising at this time. All right, how about we come down here, finish off the south, then we'll take a ride up I-95 to the northeast. Kentucky, can I show you anything for Kentucky? Here we go, Jefferson County, Kentucky. Not updating. So let's go back to the wastewater scan site. Do we have anything in Kentucky there? I think we do. Yes, we do. Let's do one right here. Let's go to Louisville, Kentucky. 423,000 people. So you can see COVID is rising at this time. Here's influenza. Influenza, it is starting to go up. Flu season starting up early in a lot of areas. RSV, flat, HMPV. Yeah, it was an issue in August, not now. Mpox, not there. Norovirus is flat at this time. So that is what we were looking at for Louisville. Can we show you anywhere else in Kentucky? No, we cannot, but we can come down to Memphis, Tennessee, and I reckon we should do that. Let's take a look here at Memphis. You can see Memphis, Tennessee. They just started this site not too long ago. It is dropping a little bit as of recently. Influenza not detected yet. RSV is not being detected. HMPV, not an issue at this time. No Mpox. And norovirus, it looks to me like it's dropping at this time. So that is good to see. Now let's go back to the CDC site. We can do another Tennessee. Why don't we? Here's one, Walker, Dade. And you can see here, 400,000 population. And this site doesn't update all that frequently. Now let's come down to Mississippi. What's going on in Mississippi? And wow, Lafayette is rapidly rising, only 27,000 population. And look here in Alabama. Wow, I'm seeing a lot of red. Here's Marshall. Let's just quickly go through these. Yep, they're not updating frequently. Are they on Wastewater scan site? Let's see. Can we get you? Yes, we can. We can get you a better update out of here. And let's take a look here. As you can see here, Village Creek, Alabama. Wow, rapidly starting to rise for COVID. Influenza not detected. RSV not detected. HMPV not detected. Mpox not an issue. Whoa, what is going on here with norovirus in this area just west of Birmingham? Look at this. Wow, rapidly rising for norovirus. If anyone sees any news stories about norovirus in the Birmingham area, please let me know. I would love to report on it in the pandemic update. Leave a comment down below or let me know via Twitter. That's concerning for norovirus. You know what? Let's do another site here. Let's just go a little bit further north. I just want to take a look here. This is the Pinson, Alabama. Okay, norovirus was rising at this site. Now it's starting to rise. Mpox, RSV, HMPV, influenza not an issue, and COVID is slightly starting to drop at this time. Alrighty, so that was concerning to see that about norovirus. Atlanta, look at this. We have a lot of red here. Wow, not good. Atlanta, red, red, not updating frequently. Fulton County, yeah. I'm not, these orange and red sites not good. Cobb County, that's rising at this time. That's not good. Now we come down here to Florida. And we do have a lot of red in the Orlando area. We still have some light blue as well, but look at this. It's still going up. So Orange County, it might actually turn orange soon on the wastewater map. No, the county's not going to turn orange. But as you can see here, these numbers are continuing to go up in places. Pinellas County is dropping at this time. We're close to Clearwater and Tampa Bay. But that Pinellas County was red, so that is concerning. Here's another one that's light blue and rising at this time. Now let's come down closer to Miami. Here's Palm Beach. Palm Beach is red. And these Miami sites don't update all that frequently. Check the pandemic updates this week. We'll hit Florida with the wastewater scan site during that. And we're going to do that with some more of these southeast places. Probably Georgia as well. And now we come down here to North Carolina. I know, I just skipped South Carolina. I'll come back to it. Yeah, we have red sites here. We have blue sites. We got a mixture of what's good. Very mixed picture in the Charlotte area. And then coming up closer to Gulfport, wow, you're red and continuing to rise. Taking a look at Forsyth, yep, you're flat at this time, so that's good. Raleigh, Durham area. I'm seeing orange and reds, and I'm also seeing a lot of sites. Just keep an eye on the right here. We're just quickly going through them. And the majority of those sites I just showed you are rising. Alright, South Carolina. How about the coastal areas? Charleston, still rising. Georgetown, still rising. Yeah, not good to see that at all. So, wow, look at this Kershaw County. It's just rapidly going up at this time. You're going to skip right over to red at that rate. And Virginia, what's going on here? We'll just do a few sites. In Virginia, you're seeing some orange and red sites. Even if they were dropping, it still means because you're orange and red, like for example, I click on this one. Wow, this one was dropping. Frankly, it's small site, but now it's going up even higher. Not good. I mean, just like here's an example. Roanoke. It's dropping, but you're still in the orange. So your transmission in that area is still high. Taking a look at Washington, D.C., I'm seeing red. And we do know that there was a senator that tested positive yesterday. Stay tuned for the pandemic update. We'll have news on that. And taking a look here, yep, it's rapidly rising. That's a smaller DC site, but we do have a bigger one. All right, this one's dropping at this time. I know there's a bigger one here somewhere. This has to be it. There we go. 1.6 million population. It's in a lighter blue shade, but it is slightly starting to drop. It's still low at this time. Delaware, what can I say? Not good. Even these red sites that are dropping, I mean, come on. You're still in high transmission. Here's Newcastle County. Look at this. Straight up. New Jersey, here we go. Atlantic County, New Jersey. It's good to finally see a site at one of the southern shore points. I mean, I wish we would have them all along there, but summer season's over now. But there are people that live in Cape May all year round. Taking a look here, Cumberland County, New Jersey, dropping at this time. Quickly going through southeast Pennsylvania. I realize we are coming near 20 minutes already on this video. Montgomery County, it's rising again. This is my area. Wow. Okay, yep. Chester County was dropping. Now Chester County is starting to go back up again. And we can actually go to the BioBot website and see some of these counties. And some of them are starting to rise again. Pocono Mountains. Now, the summer tourism season has ended, but there will be a second peak of tourists that comes within just about 2 to 4 weeks. You're going to get the leaf peepers, and that's going to cause another surge, and that can be said for the whole Northeast. The one time frame we're really going to be watching in the fall is going to be Columbus Day weekend. That's going to be a super spreader for COVID. These little towns, these resort towns up in New England, get absolutely packed with tourists. Center County, Pennsylvania, 12,000 population site, starting to rise. Here's the other site. Look at this, 90,000 population site, going straight upward. Who could have expected that? They had the fourth largest crowd ever in Beaver Stadium for a Penn State football game last weekend. And I was listening to Center County Dispatch last night and this morning. I heard multiple COVID calls for ambulances. So there you go. North Jersey. And now we're going to get closer to New York City. And this is red, but yeah, this is really weird. This site no longer updates frequently. Here's Nassau County, Long Island. Now we're in New York. And let's quickly go through New York City. Queens, rising. Bronx, rising. This one closer to Manhattan, this says New York. It is starting to drop. But you know what? I think these ones that are starting to rise again, you're going to see more of that. Schools just opened up. You're going to see another wave come through. See this one? It looked like it was going to start to drop. Now maybe it's going to rise again. We're going to see another rise. Here's another one. It leveled off. Now it's rising again. Schools opened up. That's my explanation for that. So we'll see it rise again. I mean, even here, northern Staten Island. Okay, it's dropping, but we'll probably see these rise again. Maybe not all of them. And they'll rise for a little bit, then they'll level off and drop. So for about the next 2 to 3 weeks, probably going to be another rise simply because schools are open. And now taking a look at this, Providence, Rhode Island. Wow, that's going up. How about Connecticut? Yeah, Connecticut's starting to rise again as well. Here's one that's dropping. Let's zoom in here. I am seeing a red site. Fairfield County. Yep. Red, but it is dropping at this time. Let's do a couple upstate New York sites. And let's see here. We're looking for Saratoga. All right, Saratoga dropped. Now Saratoga's rising again. Could that be because the school started? I think the horse racing's over now, isn't it? At least I think it is. Take a look at this Erie County, New York site. That's kind of doing some weird thing, but it was up, wasn't it? Thought it was up. All right, here's a couple more Erie County sites. Yeah, this one was up. Now maybe it's leveling off. I don't know what it's doing. It's really weird the way that's doing that kind of like squiggly zigzagging thing. Taking a look here. Whoa, what site is this? Essex County, New York. Wow, rapidly going up. And I'm seeing red in Vermont. Chitterton. Wow. It's the smaller Chitterton site. Here's a bigger Chitterton site, which is orange, but it is dropping at this time. Washington County, Vermont. Doesn't update all that frequently, so we can't show you too much there. Now let's come to Boston, shall we? Let's see what's going on in Boston. Then we'll check New Hampshire and Maine, and then that'll be it for today, my friends. Let's see what's going on in Boston. And you know what? We should do Worcester as well. Boston, here we go. Deer Island Treatment Plant, 2.4 million population, dropping for COVID. There was some influenza detected at the end of August. That's since dropped. RSV is rising at this time. HMPV, not an issue now. It was earlier in the summer. Mpox not detected. And norovirus is level with the overall trajectory being down at this time. Now let's go out to Worcester. And wow, rapidly rising for COVID. 250,000 population. Influenza not detected. RSV, HMPV, and Mpox all not detected. Norovirus, it's there slightly, and it's dropping at this time. Let's go back to the CDC page. New Hampshire. Here's northern New Hampshire rising in orange. Central New Hampshire, Grafton, is rising in orange. This red site in Grafton, it continues to rise, and it's in the red. All right, now taking a look at Maine. And we can see Maine, yes, you continue to have some rising sites in Maine. Wow, this one, Waldo. Remember, where's Waldo? Well, there's Waldo. Waldo's rising at this time. And here's a Hancock site, which is dropping. Washington's dropping. Let's go up to northern Maine. A lot of these rural Maine areas, there's probably some private wastewater that's not picked up, or maybe they just don't have enough sites. But again, up in those areas, I don't think everyone's connected. There's probably some septic tanks up that way. Cumberland County, 65,000 population, starting to drop. The tourism season has ended. You still do get some people that go up there in September. I've been to Maine in September, and on the weekends, some people still do come up, like the retirees. It's becoming a thing now. I mean, the weather is still nice at the moment. Alrighty, folks, that does it for today's, or this week's, wastewater update. We'll have another wastewater update again next week. We'll go do some more of those wastewater scan sites during the pandemic updates during the week, like we have been doing. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel down below. I will see you all again next time for another wastewater update, and I'll see you later today for the pandemic update. We do have some news to share with you. Alrighty, I'll see you all again next time. Until I see you again next time, stay safe, everyone, and thanks for watching.